checking to see. I can see that there is. It says that I'm live. It says, okay, and there's my bots. So apparently I am live right now. And we're kind of hanging out, trying to figure out if I've got good levels. I can't really see myself because, you know, here, let me do this. Wait, nope, stream. Is there something crazy going on? Let me see if I just go to that channel and then, okay. I can see myself. We have audio. Oh boy. Okay, you know what? I can't have that. Go away. There we go. Stop it. Oh, this is now audio only, so now it's muted. Okay. I think I'm good. All right, I think I'm good. Hey, Corwin. Hey, Shelly. Welcome to the stream. I'm kind of like, we're kind of testing things a little bit early just to make sure that, like, you know, we're live and we're going and stuff. But yeah, we are here at, I want to say Quad State, but we're definitely not at Quad State because we're in Missouri and not in Ohio. We are at BAM. So yes, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. So we're probably gonna sit here and kind of test this a little bit longer. We might actually start moving our way around at some point in the near future. But I was just trying to make sure that everything was a-okay. So you guys can hear me and everything.
You test your guest mic. Make sure that's what
Oh, yep, I should probably test my guest mic too. Where is my guest mic? I hope that, okay, so Corwin says yes. All right, so we can hear that one. If I'm going to, on this other mic, I'm going to tap it twice and let me know if you guys can hear that too. So I don't want you guys to have to, like, you know, I don't want you to blow out your speakers or anything, but yeah, can you guys hear the other microphone? Forging ahead. Awesome. Excellent, excellent. So it looks like I've got good audio for our guests, I think. Unless I don't, let me know that too when we, you know, catch it. I don't hear the tap. All right, so I don't know. I don't hear the tap. Okay, so we're tapping a little bit. Hopefully you guys can hear that, but hopefully it's not gonna blow your eardrums out. Okay, we are upping the decibel, so hopefully slowly. Okay, one notch.
Registering on the receiver.
Okay, so I don't know. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm gonna put that away anyway. Well, hopefully you guys will be able to hear the guests. I don't want to, like. But yeah, we are here at BAM in Missouri. We are in the Ozarks, and Butler, where did we say we were actually at? Sedalia, Missouri. Yes, we are in Sedalia, Missouri. Have Butler talk into it.
Hello, this is the butler. In Starlight Boulevard. Fly me to the moon.
Wow. Okay. This is going to be like a YouTube thing. Bam, Roma Air Maintenance, a Swedish aerospace. Okay, you can hear. All right, awesome. Okay, So BAM is the Blacksmith Association of Missouri. It is an Abana affiliate. And so we are lucky to be able to speak with an Abana representative today. Abana, again, is the Artist Blacksmith Association of North America. They are a nationwide blacksmithing, like, kind of group, and they have an accreditation. And yeah, yes, the butler does speak. The butler speaks. So yeah, we are here, and we're having there are lots of demos. We've got a really good tailgate sale going. We've got some classes and some open forging. I didn't bring my safety glasses, so we're not going to be open forging today, but you know, maybe sometime in the near future I will do some on-site at conference forging. We hear these are, yes, I guess technically they are safety glasses. We hear him, but I think it's from your mic, not the one you handed him. But if guests speak loudly, it should work. Thank you so much, Harold. Thank you. So they think that it's not coming from this one. They think it's coming from my lab.
Let me try rerouting directly.
Okay.
We may lose you guys.
I'm hoping. All right. Beware of.
Can they still hear you?
All right. Can we? Okay. Can we hear? Can you guys hear me? Now even you are a room mic. Okay.
Okay. So that didn't work.
That did not work. I'm confused. I don't understand why this one wouldn't work. Butler's mic only. Oh, we're in the middle of an ad now. I'm not gonna be able to see when the ads are. So hopefully, you know, we get through them and it's not too bad. So I don't know. This is kind of weird that it's not. I hear you clearly now. Okay, how about tapping? Can you guys hear tapping? No tapping, only me.
Might be the cable.
I don't know.
I have to set this down and try and fix that.
Okay.
Or hand it to you and you can just aim around a little bit.
Okay. Now I have the camera. Check this, guys. This tailgater has a whole bunch of like post vices with tables that they're like right on it. They're really expensive, and the two pretty wood ones, they're already sold. But yeah, I really want one. Maybe eventually we'll build one. I really like that design. Ray holding a big 30-pound camera like back in the day. Yeah. It's a SLR. It is actually a regular wide camera. We are having.
We're now on the backup cable.
Okay, and we're gone. Okay, can you guys can't hear you anymore vocally? Oh, there you are. All right. Like I said, we're trying to get some technical issues ironed out. Hopefully you can hear the butler too. 13K is still heavy even if the rest in yes. Yeah. Okay, so you can hear the butler and me. Is that what you guys are saying? Corwin, is that what yes was?
Poop.
That was yes. Okay, cool. They can hear all of us or
right.
both of us.
You can have that back. I'm clearly not responsible enough for it.
Okay. Oh, now they can hear the butler well and me less well.
But we can hear us both.
But you can hear us both. Okay, I will speak loudly then.
I take a slight trade-off. But if
Okay.
I can't hear you, we gotta work that out.
Yes. Can you guys hear me at all? You still sound fine to me. Okay, cool. All right. I think we're going to start working and we're going to start seeing how we can manage this. Stand further apart so we can determine whether the audio is for one or both of the mics. That makes a sense, right? All right, so the butler is over by the pen. Ray will speak loudly, so normal service, right? I do typically end up yelling a lot on stream. But that's because I can't hear myself, you know? You guys get the lovely, like, active audio canceling so that it isolates my voice, but I don't get that, so I can't hear myself. All right, so you guys, oh, I would do to even talk at all, been without a voice for 3 weeks. Not hearing the butler, he hasn't spoken since we walked further apart. I actually I have both of the mics, see? Okay, so now we are separated and we each have a mic. So test, can you guys still hear me? Fingers crossed, you guys can still hear me. Yes, okay, they can hear me now.
All right, can they hear me?
Okay.
I'm
Yes.
gonna stand in for the guest. All
Yes.
right.
We're good.
Scuff accomplished.
All right, guys. So we are going to get started here. Hi, I'm Ray, and we are streaming blacksmithing. We are live at the BAM Conference 2026. BAM stands for Blacksmith Association of Missouri. We are here in Sedalia on this lovely day. As you can see, I'm a little on the cold side. I got 2 sweatshirts on. So it's in the 60s Fahrenheit, but we're in this like lovely farm pig. It's the the sow, yeah, the sow area. And what?
Swine pavilion.
Oh, it's the swine pavilion. I can read things. Yes, I'm so glad that you guys can hear things and stuff. That makes me so happy. So yes, we are in the swine pavilion at the Missouri County or Missouri State Fair. And so we're here to check out some tailgate sales, some blacksmithing, and some, lovely demonstrators. So we've got an action-packed day for you. We're going to talk to a few tailgaters. We are going to be talking to the Abana representative here at BAM, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about the Abana accreditations levels 1 and 2, as well as the Abana conference in Arkansas this year. We're going to try our very best to make it to that one as well. As Mr. Bombadi would say, they're all pigs, yes. There are no pigs here today. They've cleared them out just for us, I think. There are some horses. We got here about 7 p.m. Local time. And so as we were driving around towards our camping site, we saw some horses. So that was really cool. Did they cook them up? Maybe. All right. So this is the first place I wanted to talk to or to stop at. This is Old Glory Creations. Hello. So we are live on Twitch, which is a live streaming platform over the internet. So hello. And so your name is Josh Rhodes, it says? Yeah. Awesome. So can I ask what you're doing here?
I'm making rings out of
Oh,
old
yes.
silverware.
Goodness gracious, I went through all this trouble.
So I'm making rings out of old silverware.
Awesome. Yes. Chat says he has a beard and a top hat. He is wise. So over here you can kind of see the silverware that he's got in. He's got a fly press. These things are awesome. So it's kind of a hand.
And then when I get to that point, I usually have to tap on around. Press it. Usually they start out like this. These fly presses were used a lot in manufacturing, and there were a lot of times a factory full of them. Each step of the process had the tooling, and something would go down assembly line style, and they do each part of the process, whether it's stamping or cutting or bending.
That's really cool. Are you able to size them specifically, or is that an after you've rounded them process?
Well, after I've rounded them, then I go to a sizing mandrel and go to my stump and beat them up the mandrel if I want them bigger, or I can even beat them down the mandrel to make them smaller.
That is awesome. So, do you do any other pieces besides just silverware? Yeah, you've got a giant variety over here. I think most of these look like silverware to me.
I do some with coins. That's a $50 that I've made into a cowboy hat with a die, and that also uses this to press the die.
That is awesome.
And there's some money clips that are silverware also.
Excellent. So, is this a hobby, or do you do this professionally?
It's just a hobby.
It's just a hobby?
Yeah.
All right.
I've got a full-time job. This is just something that's kind of fun to do on the weekends, make some extra money.
Yeah. So, do you have a website or a way for my viewers to check out your work?
Yeah, I have a Facebook page.
Aha, your cards are stored in your hat. That is awesome.
Old Glory Creations.
Good one for this camera too. Sorry, chat, you're looking at nothing for a second.
Yeah. So, what got you started in making the silverware jewelry?
One Christmas, I was trying to make some gifts for my sisters, and actually made necklaces out of silverware. And one of them said, "Well, can you make a ring?" Well, I think so. And it just kind of snowballed from there. I've been doing it for about 12 years, and always with the idea of a traveling salesman. And I had a wooden wagon that I had built, but it was always this, tinker's truck that was in my mind. And I've been in this truck for about 5 years.
Did you build this truck yourself?
No, I mean, I built the deck across the back, but all the rest of it is how it would have been.
Awesome. Does it run?
Yes.
Awesome.
1927 Chevy.
Did you buy it already running, or did you have to rebuild it?
I had to do a little adjustment on the carburetor and a few things, but otherwise it was already running. In pretty decent shape for its age.
Yeah, that's really
Another
neat.
year, it'll be 100 years old.
Wow, that is crazy. These are beautiful pieces of jewelry.
We'll go down the line.
Yeah. So, what brought you to Quad State? Or I mean to BAM. I keep saying Quad. I mean BAM. Goodness.
Well, I'm a band member, but I also live here in Sedalia, so
Oh.
it's close to home.
Uh-huh.
So it's my chance to come visit all my friends here and also sell some rings.
Awesome. That is awesome. All right. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I don't guess.
All right. Thank you so much. So yeah. Oh, we've got a pedal powered polisher. That's really cool.
Might pick that up.
Yep.
That noise drags people in.
That is so cool.
So that's kind of a sales dragging them in,
It
almost
is
like hollering for them. Hey, what's going on over here?
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. It is always fun to see people actually at work. You met a character. Treasure this moment. I did. I mean, I feel like I met, an actual character from something. All right. That would be some fun cardio, right? Definitely. And it would be very useful. I mean, I've got a wire wheel and like the grinder, and I mean, I could definitely get some cardio doing that. All right. So we are going to take a look at Pleasant Creek Blacksmith. Can you? Hello.
Hold that or pin
Yeah,
it on?
you can either pin it on or you can hang on to it. It's just kind of like a mic so that they can hear you. Yeah.
Work better if I clip it?
Yep.
How's that?
Yeah,
that work?
Yep, that's good.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Ray. What's your name?
I'm Ray.
Awesome.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Yes, chat says hello, Ray. The people who are watching.
Okay.
Say hello.
All right. Hello.
So, we took a look at your wares earlier. Can you tell me a little bit about them? It looks like
Okay.
you've got some blanks and some.
Yep. So all of this in general is an accumulation of things I learned when I first started blacksmithing, and it was actually here with the BAM group in about 1998. So we lived in St. Louis, and I joined the BAM group, and we just started working on making tools and new ideas and things, and took some classes and started coming up with different things. So these power hammer tools, let me start by saying, number one, none of these things are my original ideas, right? They're all stolen ideas from other people or borrowed. And so in the past, blacksmith had tools for every piece of equipment they had, whether it was a screw press, a power hammer, or a hand hammer. So these tools allow you to be able to use in a collet like this, that you put in a screw press or something else with a 1-inch bore, or you can use them in a power hammer with a pair of tongs or at the anvil. And so it made it a more compact way to have a tool set. And they're all made out of H13 tool steel.
Awesome. I was just going to ask what they were made of.
Yes, so H13. So like, here's examples of what they can do here. This would be the fuller, when the impression that it would make.
Oh, that is so cool.
And that is the fine fuller. And then this would be a butcher. So if you want to set an edge, that's how you set the edge.
Excellent. So how are these made? Are they machined?
They're
or
all CNC machined.
CNC machined. Oh,
Mhm.
awesome.
Yep, we have a machinist that I come up with the designs, and then they make the tools. So that's that piece. The hammers I have made by a friend of mine in California named Brent Bailey, and he's Brent Bailey Forge. And then the cutoffs started with some classes that I took at John C. Campbell Folk School with Bob Alexander. And that's where these came. So we started making them for ourselves first, and then realized if we cut multiples, we could sell them, and other people could make them as well.
It's probably cheaper to get them cut in large batches, too.
Yes. Yep. So we'll do 300 or 400 of an item at a time versus just 1 or 2.
Awesome. It looks like you've got a huge
So we got
variety here.
hummingbirds, dragonflies, all kinds of these are oak leaves, maple leaves, ginkgos. I'm sorry I don't have any examples of those, but then here's the pine cones.
Ooh, that's really cool.
And that would be the jingle bell. That's
See,
the
we
blank.
tried to do a jingle bell like for Christmas this year. This would be so much more convenient than me hand cutting it with a. I had a Beverly shear.
Oh, yeah.
It was just hard to
Yep.
get into the little edges.
And then you can never have enough cowbell. Some candle cups.
holders.
These, a lady in Minnesota wanted some towel racks with snowshoes, forged snowshoes. So we came up with, these were actually spoons, and made them into snowshoes.
Awesome. Looks like you can use them for both spoons or snowshoes.
Yep. We got rose kits. I don't have an example of that. We do have some of the 5-petal flowers and some samples here and in different gauges. And we started playing around with this and everything was 16 gauge, which gets to be kind of thin. This would be 16 gauge. And you could put some texture in it, but not like you can something that is a 12 gauge. See the amount of texture and just that you can get in that versus a thinner piece.
Mm-hmm.
And then the same for these are even a little heavier in 11 gauge.
So do you have a preferred gauge for these, or it's just a variety?
The stuff I make, I really like 11 and 12 gauge because you can add so much more texture to it and not, it just seems to flatten out when it's thinner gauge.
Yeah, I like to do the roses in 20 gauge because it's so thin that when
you
start,
can really
you can
bend
really
the petals up.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we came up with some box ideas that these aren't welded together. You basically hammer the tabs and the box kind of ends up dovetailed.
That's really cool.
And then variations of that. If you're going to have metal flowers, you have to have a metal base. And then
That's
a
so
tiki
cool.
torch, which I don't have an example. This one's rubber banded together at the moment, but a holder for your tiki torch. And then
really
a
cool.
pencil box. And then the rest of these are some bottle openers and hooks. I've only got a couple samples here. And the most of this other stuff here would be items that are just, they were demo items or new products that we're trying. So we just made a few and brought them with us.
Awesome. And I left the card that I took earlier in the van. So can we get a shot of that for chat? If they want to
Yep.
get a hold of you and order
We've
some.
got a web page, but it's out of date. So Instagram, Facebook's probably, we do have a Forge 26 Facebook.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you got into this because you are a member of BAM.
Mm-hmm.
So
it goes back earlier than that. In high school, I worked in the summers in a steel mill in Ohio and worked in a blacksmith shop. And I thought, this is really cool stuff. But where do you go learn about it, right? And so you try to pick up books, you try to take some classes. And then when we moved to St. Louis, I joined the BAM group. And that's where it took off because they have monthly meetings that go to different shops in the state every month. And so you could go see somebody's shop, see what they do, learn from them, and then just keep going. And it just grew from there.
awesome.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yep, what started out in a one-car garage has turned into a 2,500 square foot industrial space.
So are you able to sustain yourself on this business?
No,
or
this is a
side
hobby
hustle?
business. Yeah, a side hustle. Yep,
All right.
for sure.
All right. And do you have any advice for a new or aspiring blacksmith?
Just get out and do it. I'll guarantee you, if I showed you the first jingle bell I made, it was ugly, it was square. Don't worry about that. Just keep going. And it's repetition. It's like anything else that is a craft. It takes 10,000 hours to become a journeyman for things like electricians and plumbers. It's no different in this. The first one you make, not be perfect, but do it. Just do it.
Awesome.
Make stuff.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about? Stuff over there,
Well, we hit most of the cutouts and stuff. We've got some character punches over here
or
for making animal heads.
Yeah, we need some of those. That's the latest project we've been doing together on stream. Is we've been making animal heads.
Yep.
And so I don't have any good punches for them.
So this is a book that is published by the Guild of Metalsmiths in Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
I'm going the wrong way. It's called the Iron Menagerie. So the Guild of Metalsmiths in Minnesota published the book the first time, and now they're back. They've got it back in circulation.
Uh-huh.
And a friend of mine in California took all of these punches. He's a machinist, and started making the impression punches that are used in this book.
That is cool.
And so that's where these came from. All these tools are made out of S7.
Uh-huh.
And we have some shorter ones that are made to go in a holder, like vice grips or tongs, or we made a fancy dancy little holder for them too. And then the longer ones can be handheld or tong held.
That's awesome. Looks like they're relatively reasonably priced.
They're $20 for these punches,
Uh-huh.
and $30 and $20 for.
Awesome. We'll definitely look at some of these for later.
Unfortunately, the guy who originally made these retired, and we're working. He sent me all the drawings about 2 weeks ago, and so I'm working with a local machinist to get them made so that we can have all the punches available again.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jack. Yes. All right. Thank you so much for sharing with me.
It was nice to meet you.
It was nice to meet you.
Another Ray.
Yes, another Ray. I'll take one. Thank you.
Yep.
Awesome.
You'll shoot me.
Yes, I will also give you that. That's my card. I will be emailing like all of the.
So that was live.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I will send you a link to the finished file for that, and then my YouTube. When I make some videos out of this, I will send you those links using your card.
Then I can put them on my Instagram.
Yeah, of course.
Too, so.
Yes, definitely. Right. Thank you so much. Yes. 2 rays is better than 1, right? All right, so I think the next place that we're gonna go is we are going to check out one of the demos, our first demo of the day. How goes the smithing? I'm having so much fun. I am here at the BAM conference, and we are checking out some of the tailgate sales and some of the demo people. And so, yeah, our first demo is over here, and yeah. We've got some knives and tomahawks that we're working on today.
So that's a point. See what you can learn.
This is Simeon, England.
Next week I'll be in Virginia at a historical forge inside a blacksmith. Well, at a historical blacksmith shop inside of a log cabin. Martin Station, historic Martin Station. Never heard of it. You might want to look it up. It's the best frontier fort site on the planet, and it does happen to be at Virginia State Park. They got waivers to build this place without modern amenities, without things like concrete walkways and exit ramps and things like that. So I'll be there. You can look up, there's some videos and things like that online for me stuff. You just want to learn about it and can't make the drive. But Daniel Boone mentions Martin Station. I'm supposed to be Pamela Gap. It's only 8 miles east of Pamela Gap.
looks like we're forming the tip of a knife.
There's also some fantastic borders here. I'm sure you know this. Just in case you know. Several frames here. There's one over here. Then over here. Also allows to release
All right. And so that was our very first demo. And it looked like he was forming the tip of a knife. So we are coming over here to the Havana tent. Hello, guys.
Hi there, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Great to see you.
Great to see you. Can I hand you this guy? Or one of you?
Absolutely.
Hello.
Is it working?
It should be.
Okay.
It was working earlier. So.
All right, wonderful.
Hey. So can you introduce yourself to chat?
Absolutely. I'm Rusty Osborne. I'm on the board of directors for Havana. I'm the secretary. And we are here at BAM with a bunch of things to talk about our national curriculum. We have flyers for our Bentonville conference, which is coming up in November. Everybody come and see that. And we will have curriculum classes during the conference. And we will also have regular craft classes during the conference. And we look to see everybody show up and come see us. So, have any questions about the curriculum?
Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about the level 1 and level 2 curriculums, maybe that you taught earlier this week?
Absolutely. So come around to the other side where we have pieces and parts of the curriculum. So this area right here is all level 1 curriculum items. And the level 1 curriculum is learning all of the processes, the foundational processes for blacksmithing. Everything from making a taper and a leaf and drawing out material, and then using those processes to make tools such as a slot punch, round punch, a curved chisel, flat chisel, a small slot punch to coincide with the larger slot punch. So we make the tools. We use those tools to make a monkey tool, which is a tool that's used to dress tenons and dress the shoulders of tenons particularly. So we are using the slot punch that we made to slot punch a hole in a 1-inch bar. Then we use a drift that we made to drift that hole to the size that we want it. We put a dome top on the end. Then we drill and then countersink a little bit. That will be the part that becomes what we dress our tenon with. And I'm going to grab the other one that's for smaller. This is the one that is for this size tenon. And the tool is used to dress the shoulder of that tenon once you've isolated your tenon material. That way you don't have any sharp edges on the inside of your tenon that create cracks that run and then your tenon fails. So we make the tools to make the tools to make the things that become our final project, which is a gate latch along with the staple. So the staple holds the latch to the post. And this is where we made tenons to make the hasp. And then the tenons are peened off on the far side. So all of the tooling that we make is in order to make the final projects. Along the way, we do forge welding for the barb on the hook. We practice forge welding chain. We forge weld a flux spoon.
That is cool.
And then as we move into level 2, we take those skills that we already learned and we're going to make a little more difficult final project, which is going to be a grill with multiple scroll finials. And we are, in order to accomplish that, we make a bending fork, we make punches and drifts to punch and drift holes through material. We practice lots of different types of finials for our scrolls. And then, again, these are practice finials for different types of scrolls. We make our scroll jigs. We make scrolling tongs. And we continue forge welding by making a basket-handled poker, or in this case, a basket-handled forge rake. But additional forge welds, including drop tong welds, and some fancies.
That is awesome. And so you teach this at various conferences, and I assume that there are individual courses that you can sign up for on the Havana website?
So what we do is we do Zoom classes multiple times through the year for level 1, level 2, and during the Zoom class, which is over a period of months, we have certified instructors that are doing video presentations and lectures, and then every student is assigned a certified coach for during the in-between times. So we watch a video, watch and hear the lectures, ask questions and interact, and then each student is assigned a coach, and that coach meets with his group of students or their group of students throughout the class to see what they've been doing and to coach them. So that's a way that we do classes. At conferences, we have actual hands-on classes, and in this case at BAM on Wednesday and Thursday of the conference. So the day before the conference opens, we actually had classes for the level 1 and level 2 curriculum. And with the conference in November, we will have actual, again, certified instructors doing in-person both demonstrations of various parts and processes of the curriculum, as well as doing classes for various parts of the curriculum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So can you the courses they're accredited, right? You can kind of like people around the country will.
So Abana has our curriculum, and we have a level 1, level 2, and level 3 certification. And that certification is nationally recognized. Of course, the accreditation always depends upon who's receiving it, as to how they determine what you know how to do now. Yes. But the idea is, lots of people learn blacksmithing. Some of them do it on their own with YouTube videos. Some of it do it in a local group, like a BAM group. The curriculum lays everything out so that none of the fundamentals get missed. So that in many cases, forge welding isn't taught a lot because it can be challenging.
Yes.
And by doing the curriculum and going through the checklist, you're not missing any of the fundamentals. Mm-hmm. Just like if you're driving a car, if you don't ever learn how to parallel park, you're missing that piece.
Yeah.
So if you're doing a lot of blacksmithing, but you've never learned to forge weld, there's a dimension that you're missing and opportunities to do other challenging things that you don't have that anymore because you don't know how to forge weld.
Yeah. Bigger and better projects.
Bigger and better projects. So again, we start out with tools, and we start out with safety. We start out following that with pieces and parts of the anvil and hammer and the tooling. We move right into how to manage a forge fire, if that's coal, or how to heat metal if it's a propane forge. And we go right into doing tapers. Take those tapers and make leaves. Take the tapers and start making tools. Take those tapers and go, a square taper, a diamond taper, a chisel taper, and then go square, octagon, round in order to figure out how to make something that's round from something that's square. And then again, we utilize all of those steps so that we are doing tapering, forge welding, bending, twisting. What else is there? Cutting.
Awesome.
So we end up doing all of the functions of blacksmithing.
Yeah, awesome. So do you have any classes that are going to be starting soon?
I do not.
No.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But,
okay.
A little plug, I will be doing a class on the level 1 curriculum at the John C. Campbell Folk School in December this year.
Okay.
So I will be teaching that. I think it's a long weekend, 4-day class. And it will be for anybody that wants to show up, any experience level. And we will meet you where you're at and help you get to where you want to get to.
Awesome. All right. Well, gonna ask one more time for a plug for your conference.
Please attend our conference. It is Bentonville, Arkansas, in November. And we will have all of those demonstrators.
Yes.
So come out and see us. Come out and see all of the demonstrators and all of the fun things they'll be doing.
Excellent. Thank you so much for talking with us, Rusty.
It's my pleasure.
Hopefully I'll see you then, or maybe sooner.
Or maybe sooner. You never know. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. So yeah, that. Okay.
So the stream won't go out, but if I go shaky for a minute.
Okay. Okay. So we are going to do a battery change out on the regular camera. You guys will still be able to see what's going on the phone because unfortunately we just could not make the laptop function correctly. So apologies for the shaky. We're gonna do as best we possibly can to make this quick for you. And then we've got a couple more demonstrators that we're gonna take a look at. And yeah. We also have a competitor from Forged in Fire that we're gonna talk with. That we kind of yeah, you gotta turn it around. That we get to talk to today. You're asking good questions. This is interesting. Well, I'm glad that I'm getting okay. I'm getting okay at the whole interview thing. I've done a couple of them. I've got a lot to learn still, but I'm trying. All right, we are good to go. So we are going to move on to our next stop. So I kind of pre-planned my questions a little bit so that I didn't have to make things up in the middle of the stream. So this is Big River Forge and Hand Custom Knives. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
So I'm here live broadcasting over the internet on Twitch. And so, can I ask you to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name's Charles
Oh, hang
Carpenter.
on. Sorry. I'm doing really bad at miking people up today.
How about that?
Sorry. Yes,
Better?
that's awesome. I'm
Well,
sorry.
That's no problem. My name's Charles Carpenter. I own Big River Forge. I'm a master bladesmith with the ABS. I guess I got my master smith certification last August. I'm the new kid on the block for master smiths. So I don't know, just here. I'm vice president of BAM also. So just here set up this weekend at the Blacksmith Association conference with what I do. So,
Awesome. So, what got you into blacksmithing?
well, my grandpa was a town blacksmith years ago, long before I was born. And then, of course, my dad picked it up from him. And then along the way, as growing up, I just picked it up from him. And then I've got one of my brother-in-laws out in Washington State. My wife's oldest living brother, anyway, is a blacksmith and farrier. It has been since the 60s. And started going out with him. He got me deeper and deeper into blacksmithing and then introduced me to a bladesmith out there and made my first knife, I don't know, a few years later. And it just kind of been knives ever since. It just kind of stuck on knives.
Yeah.
So then I joined the ABS shortly after that. And then, of course, you got to be an ABS 3 years, I think, before you can test for journeyman smith. So I just started working on knives, getting better and better. Tested for journeyman smith. And then, again, I think that was in 2019. And then last year, in 25, I passed the master smith test.
Awesome. So, you've got a beautiful selection of blades here. Can you tell me a little bit about them?
Sure. These little ones here in the front, we can start there. These are just a little everyday carry, front pocket, typically front pocket carry, like this, just a little clip in your front pocket. So that's just kind of like an entry level knife, basically for me. $350 is what those sell for. I try to keep the knives that kind of a price range for everybody, really. But those little guys, I sell lots of those, just because basically anybody can carry one of them. It's not like you have to be a big hunter or anything like that to be able to need one of them or use one of them, because I think every man ought to have a pocket knife in his pocket, or you're not a man if you don't have a knife in your pocket. So it's probably debatable. But at any rate, I guess that's coming from a knife guy, so that's easy to say. But just kind of the entry level on those. Those are all forged out of 80 CRV2 steel, and then hand finished. Most of the little knives that you'll see at shows like that and stuff are a belt finish and not actually hand sanded out. But I just don't like the looks of a belt finish. I feel like they need to be finished by hand. So that's the entry level, basically. These little sheaths have the little concealed carry type of clip on the back for your pocket. And I make all the sheaths myself too. Everything's hand stitched and made by me. So
do you use a sanding stick?
no, I use paper. I use sandpaper and sticks, yeah, but on paper. I was thinking you was talking about stones. A lot of people will sand with actual stones instead of sandpaper, but I use a stick and sandpaper. Of course, the wider the stick, the smoother the blade's going to be. The thinner the stick, it's going to ride highs and lows in the blade. Wider will take those out. So yeah.
That is an excellent tip.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you go into like the bigger knives, like this one, the one next to it there. Again, 80 CRV2, but all hand finished out, of course. Burl, I use basically all natural woods, things like that for the handles. I'm really not a big man-made synthetic type of stuff on the handles. I like natural materials. Feels better in the hand. You know, some of the new stuff is tough and it lasts really well, but it just doesn't look the same. You know, a nice piece of burl, like the burl on that, it's like a fingerprint. God that made that piece of wood, I had nothing to do with it. I just turned it in to a handle. So it's like a fingerprint of its own. there'll never be another one exactly like it. It's kind of like the Damascus, which is like going on up to the higher end stuff. Like this is a mosaic Damascus, and these are just standard regular. Well, these are like crushed W's type Damascus, but those, you know, and I like with the Damascus, I try to keep a relatively plain handle so the blade can shine, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. It can take the spotlight and not so much compete with the handle. But the woods, natural woods, and Damascus are both like a fingerprint. You can never make it twice. You know,
Yeah.
if you buy a knife from me or another custom maker, especially if it's a Damascus knife, that's one of one. There's one in the world that's like that. Counting the one that you've got, there's one. So you'll never have another one exactly like it. These mosaic, and then you go up to the others, like the regular standard. These are laddered crushed W's. This one is a Texas Wind Gomai construction. So it's 5 layers. Sanmai is 3. This is Gomai, 5 layers. So there's a Damascus core layer, 2 thicker layers of 15 and 20 on the outside of that, and then another layer of Damascus on the outside of that. So it would be classified as a Gomai construction, but it's definitely not, because there's a lot more than 5 layers there. You know, there's 250 layers there or something. Not 5, but it's a Gomai construction.
Wow.
But like all of the spacers and stuff, these are all handmade. And there's positioning pins goes about halfway into the guard to 1/4 inch into the handle, because you got to make all those little individual pieces.
Excellent.
And then put it together. So you can, with those pins, you can put it together and test it, take it apart, fix it, put it together, test it over and over until you get it just right.
Excellent. So I heard you were on Forged in Fire.
I was on Forged in Fire in season 5. I don't even know what season they're on now. I think it's like 11 or something. I don't know. But it's been several years ago now. But yeah, I was. Whenever I was there, it was the first year or first season that it was filmed in Stamford, Connecticut instead of Brooklyn. It was in Brooklyn before that. And then over Christmas that year, they moved it to Connecticut.
So how was your experience? Was it crazy?
Sucked, really. I wasn't a big fan. I'm just not a big spotlight guy. So I don't like people jacking with me when I'm trying to get something done. And there's just a whole lot of that. They give you 3 hours to do something and you're sweating your butt off, you know, and everything. And they're coming along and asking you stupid questions and things. And you ain't got time for that kind of crap. So my patience is not great with that kind of thing. So there's not a lot of fun. They bugged me for months and months trying to get me to go on. And I just kept saying no. But then my wife and some of her brothers was harassing me, telling me I needed to go because they'll cancel it someday, and you can always tell the grandkids, you know, whatever. So they finally broke me down, and I said, okay, fine. What do I got to do? So then they took off with the interviews and all that, and ended up going.
All right. I got a couple more questions for you. What would you say to a new or aspiring blacksmith or bladesmith?
It's hard to say. Just do it. Everybody, and I always tell everybody, anything worth doing well is worth doing poorly until you can learn to do it well. Just because you can't make a mastersmith level knife today, don't mean you don't start at the beginning just like everybody else. And just make sure to strive to make every knife better than the last one. And eventually you get there. But anything worth doing poorly or doing well is worth doing poorly until you can do it well. And that's kind of the way I see it. And go look at other knives. If you want to be a knife maker, go to knife shows, look at other knives, see what they do, see how yours is different than that and how you can make yours better. You know, some people don't seem to be able to see the difference. They can say, oh yeah, see, my knife looks just like that, when it may look like a stick with a piece of metal stuck in the end. Yeah, it's kind of a sharp, pointy thing, but it's not the same. And you have to train your eye to see the difference and see how yours can be better, you know. And some people really struggle with that.
It takes time to train your eye.
It really does. It really does.
And the better you get, The
And
more
you have to be
see.
willing to see that. Some people are not willing to criticize themselves in their own work enough to allow that to happen. And you have to. If you want to get better, you've got to do that. I mean, there's just no way around it. You have to. Nobody's born being a mastersmith. You've got to train yourself, train your eye. You've got to work yourself to that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's all, everybody, no matter how crappy a knife you make, how long you've been doing it, you're going to use the same materials that I make. You can use the same material. I always tell everybody, just because I have a guitar the same as Eric Clapton doesn't mean that I can make mine sound that way.
Mm-hmm.
You can use the same tools, that don't make you what you are. You can use the same materials, that don't make what you are. It's the practice and the skills that you build over time, one on another, that get you to that end goal.
Excellent. All right. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
talking
thank you.
with me
Thank
today.
you. Thanks for stopping by.
I am going to plug you
Sure. Yep, I do classes in my shop.
on the stream if you guys are interested.
And I always do one-on-one classes. I'm not a fan of having 4, 5, 6 people in my shop because I've done that. I took a class one time. I've only had one class in my life, and I done that. And the instructor spent 90% of the week that I was there working with people trying to forge a blade that shouldn't have been an advanced class. So I ended up having to figure that out on my own too. So it kind of showed me that I want to make sure that I spend all the time that I can to somebody that really truly wants to be better and wants to come to my shop, spend the money and the time that it takes to do that. Because I have people come from all over the country to my shop here in southern Missouri. And if they're willing to spend their time and money to do that, then I owe it to them to give them all of my time. Not so they can come and watch me help somebody else for a week, on their dime. I just don't believe in that. So if I do classes, it's me and somebody in my shop, start to finish.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Sure. Yep. Absolutely.
I will take your mic back
Oh.
there.
There you go.
All right. Thank you so much.
You betcha.
Yeah. Thank you. See ya. Oh, here is one of my cards.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That I will be posting videos up on the YouTube for the next several weeks. I will be alternating BAM videos with my own personal videos, so it might not be right away, but the live stream will go up on Monday.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
That's not live.
That's not
3
live.
days after.
That's 3 days after. But
It's
these
also live
people,
right
it's live right now. Thank you so much. Ah, there was a demo over here, but I think they're done now. On break. So we'll head out this way, and we're gonna head towards the beginners classes. So they do beginners classes throughout the entire week. There is an all-day class on Friday and an all-day class on Saturday. So we are in the middle of that right now. And then they also have a little bit of open forging, which is really cool. So let's stop here and watch some of these people forging. Because, this is a blacksmithing stream. We gotta watch some blacksmithing. So I believe this is a beginner blacksmith course. They also have an advanced blacksmith course that you can sign up for. And this is a yearly event. So next year, at next year's BAM, if you would like to attend, you can sign up for the course yourself. Doesn't look like there's anything alive going on now. We've got a few people over here that are doing some stuff. This is the open forging. Anybody who is a member of BAM can take the time to forge some stuff. So yeah. Kind of see what some of the people are making. And over here is our final demonstrator. And they are making a fireplace set. So they've made a set of fireplace tongs and a shovel. And they are making a spit type thing for cooking, like a cooking grate. And it's actually really cool looking. We got to talk to them earlier and do an interview, so we will be doing a little bit, like a full video on the YouTube on their work. So you guys can look forward to that as well.
Yeah, it's a little too small. That end. Yeah. Yeah, he said you got a piece of quarter inch or something? Yeah. He said I got an idea for
So yeah. So that is pretty much, or that is the majority of the conference. So we will be posting videos for the next several weeks up on my YouTube, edited compilations of the interviews that we've done. We've done plenty of them. So I hope that you guys are excited and ready to watch those. And Oh, yes.
Plug it one more time.
Yeah, so once again, we are at the BAM conference, the Blacksmith Association of Missouri. We are in Sedalia, and we're hanging out for the rest of today, and we will be hanging out for a little bit on Sunday morning, so tomorrow. So this live stream will go up on Monday onto the YouTube, and so yeah. So I think that's all I have for you guys today. So I really want to thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you had fun. I know I did. So I should be back on Wednesday back in our shop where we are going to continue working on our blacksmith's helper or guillotine tool. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. And I think we are going to raid off. So let's see if I can figure out how to do that. What? Oh, I'm not, am I? No, I have other ways of doing it, I think. All right, guys. I apologize for I didn't quite have the thing. Where's my okay? It's not letting me raid off, so I guess I got to raid off from over there. All right.
Bam. Graphic design.
Yes, graphic design in real time. Maybe I don't know how to do this. Let's see. Stream manager. Is there anybody that you guys want to raid? You You know what? I don't. Mod actions. Ah, there they went. I found them. All right, guys, we are going to raid off to Glen Echo Glass. So thank you so much once again for joining me. And have a wonderful rest of your day. I already have. Why is it? It's being weird. Alrighty. Bye.